coming together as a team, which is what we see in the Warriors. And you don't always see that cohesiveness. And there always seemed to be dissension a lot with the Lakers during that time. But, I mean, Kobe was good. I'm not doubting that. He knew he was good. I think LeBron, I think that he kind of, it ebbs and flows. It's up and down how he feels, and probably because of all of the, maybe the backlash or the things that he gets. It's not, sometimes people are in his corner, other times they're not. But I think that if he can just stay in his own lane and continue to do well, then he'll become the best at what he's doing, and he'll surpass those other, do you know what I'm saying? Other accolades. He can surpass that as long as he's not being consumed with trying to be like somebody else.
Yeah, and I think that's what LeBron. I think that's what he is starting to come to the realization that, yes, I want to be on that Mount Rushmore, but I need to play my style of basketball. And my style of basketball is not always taking the last shot, not always being the guy that does everything, but he's a great point forward. I mean, he is, when you think of point forward, to me, I think of LeBron, his passing, his abilities. Alderman says, Lakers were $40 million under the cap during Kobe last 2 years, sir. Alderman is spitting out facts. I pretty much got shut down on that one because I didn't know that fact. So,
thank you, Alderman.
Appreciate that. Dropping knowledge in this chat room. So I appreciate that. All right, so the NBA Finals winner. Do you see? I don't know if we talked about this yet, but do you see any possibility of the Cavs winning in 7 games? It would take 7 games. It's going to take a lot. And it's never happened before when you're down 3-0.
Anything is possible. Like, we've been hearing that a lot this season. This has never happened before.
Right, exactly.
Anything is possible, but I think the hunger that not saying that the Cavaliers aren't hungry, not saying that, but the pain from last year, the hunger and the drive of the Warriors, their cohesiveness and their consistency. I know last night wasn't the greatest game, but they still played well. I don't know if they're going to let it happen. Again, anything can happen, but I just don't know if the Warriors are going to let that happen.
The pain from last year, to me, is stronger than anything. Sometimes people say that doesn't push you to do better. You don't think about that. You block it out. But that's impossible to block that out. The way they lost last year, that is impossible to block that out. That is pushing them in this series. That is pushing them to want to close this out on Monday. And I would be completely shocked if they don't win Monday. But I do see it happening. I do see them winning Monday, and I think this is going to be a run. I think it was either Paul Pierce or Jalen Rose, but one of them said, we're looking at a dynasty. We're looking at 2, 3, 4. Just like LeBron was saying when he went to the mat, when he went to the Heat. Now 3, now 4, now 5, now 6. He left. But anyway, we're looking at a dynasty. This is the only asterisk. As long as they all stay healthy. I think the minute one of them goes down, I think that completely affects what they have the possibility to do. If KD goes down in a playoff game, I think that is going to hurt them. If any of those 4 guys go down, and that's what happened last year, you got to think about Draymond was out. You also got to think about Steph wasn't right. He just wasn't healthy. So Monday night, to me, I think the first quarter is going to say a lot. If it's a game like it was last night, I'm going to be pretty sure the Cavs are going to win, because as much as the Warriors tried to step in, they tried to go. The Warriors tried to go on a run. They just couldn't do it. So don't even know what my main topic was. I think I was just rambling.
You're trying to say who would win, or is it possible that the Cavs could win?
Right. Alderman says, "We?" ? Is this a pro Warriors podcast? we are from California, so I'm not a Warriors fan. I'm a Mavs fan because I'm here in Dallas, but I'm just stating facts right now. It hasn't happened before. It hasn't happened before when you come down 3-0. Again, amazing performance by the Cavs last night. The records that they set. But setting records in a series that you may lose in the long run is only a stat in the stat book. I mean, at the end of the day, winning it is what matters. And if they come back down from 3-0, I will gladly come on this podcast and play whatever the Cavs fight song is, and I will congratulate them from top to bottom. But that was a good comment. Alderman, you got to get like the chat room commenter of the show. Appreciate you for all the comments in the chat room, breaking down some knowledge, pointing out some things that I've missed. So I appreciate you. All right, so was there anything else that you wanted to touch on?
No, this is fun though.
Well, great having you on the show.
Thank you.
I love you dearly, and I thank God for 15 more years of relationship. And appreciate everybody for giving us a congratulations on the chat room. So, appreciate everybody for tuning in as well. We're going to be talking Stanley Cup Finals after the break, but appreciate you for coming on the show.
All right, love you too.
All right.
The prophets foretold the coming of the Messiah, this man who would sit on the throne of David, who would be the perfect prophet, the perfect priest, and the perfect king. In fact, I want to show that to you this morning, that the future king that's being referred to here in the Davidic covenant is none other than the person of Jesus Christ.
God is who I'm admiring. He got me up at that fire, man. That's why I only desire him. Now I'm a worker for hire. He's got a higher plan. And Jesus does the hiring. And there's nobody higher than. He's the lion. There's no other empire fair. That's why I call him your Highness, man. I don't meditate on your majesty and how you're managing everything in this galaxy. I try to gather together, but I don't have it together. I'm unaware like your care's not a reality. Really, I'm just silly as anybody. A sinner that's in the body that's sin, and my sin is grace, so I sin for grace. There's nothing more to insinuate. I'm a sinner. Give me the spirit's fruit on my dinner plate. I'll eat it up in this beat, I'll just beat it up. I'm giving my heartbeat to the beat, I just need a drum. My heart is weak and it's wicked, it's really sicker than syphilis. Silly of me to think I can live with this, see I'm sick of this. I need a savior, my sin, I can see you later. You sent your son for me, and in him I can see your favor. The sinner, the sweetest savior, I see him, I mean his nature. I need him to me, he's nature, he's king and no being's greater. I'm good. God is who I'm admiring. He got me up at that fire, man. That's why I only desire him. Now I'm a worker for hire. He's got a higher plan. And Jesus does the hiring. And there's nobody higher than. He's the lion, there's no other empire fair. Yeah, that's why I call him your Highness. Christ is risen, the light of the life was living. The world was dark, so Yahweh's only light was given. Right decision, we would have spent our life in prison if he wouldn't send the Christ to get us. That's why I'm hyped when I write these lyrics. Praise Christ till the heights can hear it. Real high so the sky can feel it. No lie, I be mindless with it. You don't like it, so then man, your business. Bro, I am living. I read the Bible till my eyes are squinting, and his eyes them itching until I'm tired and my eyelids twitching. You're not messing with a mindless Christian. He blessed my mind and provided wisdom. He told me I can get it, so I told him all you guys can get it. I'll provide the spitting. Christ, if you supply the fire with it, that's why I'm fire, guys. Christ is in it. No disguise and gimmicks. That's why I call him Sire. Get it? Listen. God is who I'm admiring. He got me up at that fire, man. That's why I only desire him. Now I'm a worker for hire. He's got a higher plan. Yeah. And Jesus does the hiring. Yeah. And there's nobody higher than. He's the lion. There's no other empire fair. Yeah. That's why I call him your Highness, man.
And we are back in the BS3 Sports Show, and we got our next guest up on the show, Mike Albanese of Defending Big D. Great to get you back on the show.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
All right, so let's talk NHL Stanley Cup Finals. We've had a game that just went down on Thursday night. Wow, 6-0 Penguins. I did not see this coming. I'm pretty sure you probably didn't either. I was expecting a little bit more of a fight out of the Predators. But what was your thoughts on this game?
Yeah, it wasn't much of a game to begin with at all. I mean, I don't think Nashville was really in this game at any point. I mean, Pittsburgh put up 3 in the first, and then that was it, you know. Pekka Rinne, you know, those 2 performances back in Nashville were his obviously 2 best performances of the playoffs probably. For the 3 games he's played so far in Pittsburgh in the finals, he's been terrible. There's no other way of putting it. And if Nashville wants to go to a Game 7, he's going to have to be that Pekka Rinne from Games 3 and 4 for him to have a chance. But, yeah, tonight was not much of a game at all. This series has been fantastic. The first 4 games have been back and forth. It's been a fantastic Stanley Cup final. But Game 6 was just this is an ugly one to watch.
Yeah, I agree. And it's been back and forth. Each team has won their home games. And I think that's what we're going to see probably going into Game 6. I'm expecting it to go 7. I think this has got to be like a huge shot to your confidence. You're losing 6-0, and they end up taking Pekka Rinne out and putting in the backup. So it was just a bad outing, and they were ready for this game to be done and over with. Now, there was something that you mentioned on, I believe it was on Facebook, where I think to the effect you said it's clear who the NHL wants to win this. That was in Game 1. Do you still feel that way, or do you think it's gotten a little bit more, a little bit more even as far as play?
I think that was in reference to the officiating in this series. I also do. It's no secret that Pittsburgh Penguins are the NHL's marquee franchise, along with the Chicago Blackhawks and the Toronto Maple Leafs. Now that they're, you know, on the resurgence, but the Pittsburgh Penguins and Sidney Crosby will be the NHL's marquee franchise. And there's a lot of calls, especially in games 1 and 2, that were very iffy. There were calls in games 3 and 4 that were terrible as well. Don't get me wrong. The officiating this finals has been terrible. There was one series, especially tonight, with Sidney Crosby and PK Subban behind the Pittsburgh net, I believe in the first period or maybe the second period, where Crosby essentially has Subban on the ice and raking the stick across his face for a good 30 seconds.